Hello, Kitty.
Well, good to see you, Matt. You've been a real stranger the last month.
Is Lily around somewhere?
Well, she's upstairs, I suppose.
This wouldn't be just a case of one pretty woman talking about another pretty woman, would it?
No, seriously, Matt. Didn't Jim ever tell you about it?
Jim?
You didn't know about it?
About what?
I thought you knew he was spending all his time with Lily.
No, I didn't. I'll see you later, Kitty.
Sono lieto di poter rievocare in poche parole le esperienze delle prime trasmissioni radiotelegrafiche a grandi distanze da me felicemente eseguite attraverso l'Oceano Atlantico il 12 dicembre 1901.
Holy snapping bra straps.
It's a podcast. Republic of Avalon Radio. It's 0 hours, Avalon Standard Time.
Hi, this is Peter Quinlon standing in front of Erin's Pub on Water Street in St. John's, Newfoundland. And you're listening to Republic of Avalon Radio.
Hey, this is Justice Ploughman from Shawn, Ontario, and you're listening to the Republic of Avalon Radio.
Hello, I'm Mary Ploughman from Birch Bay, Newfoundland, and you're listening to Republic of Avalon Radio.
Hi, this is Shawn Fulford from Torbay, Newfoundland, and you're listening to Republic of Avalon Radio.
Republic of Avalon Radio.
The best radio in the whole wide world.
You're with the Lord.
Here now is Jimmy Fidler.
Republic of Avalon Radio. You are indeed with the roar, and I am, of course, Jim Fidler, as previously and all the way along pretty much advertised. But not that well advertised when you think about it. We could probably be doing a heck of a lot more to just let the peeps of the world know that I am indeed in the house. I exist. Here I am. But instead, somehow we just modestly put out these CDs and do this thing here, and that's okay. That's fine. It's not all about fame and fortune and all these things. It's about doing what you love to do and fooling yourself into thinking that perhaps you may be making somewhat of a little difference in the world, and that you might be putting a small little dent in toward the positive there somewhere with somebody. And you know, it doesn't take 10,000 emails or letters or whatever for that to be acknowledged. It's the old concept of you give your more to receive your less sort of thing. It's one of them things. It's like if you want to make something, you want to do I don't know, even a carving, for example. Just think of that final product you have in your hand when you're done. It took an awful lot of sort of nicking and chiseling away at that thing in order to get that thing that you have in the end. But that's just the way it is. That's the formula. You give your more to receive your less, and this whole idea of giving your more to receive your less is somewhat a description of the process, but at the same time it really it's just a way of thinking about it so that the mind can deal with it. For example, a mountain. What is a mountain? Well, look at a mountain. It's big, it's looming way over top of you, and boy, oh boy, you could never move that thing, or you could certainly never build one. And we always end up with these various mountains, I think, in our lives, things that we try to live up to, that we think we could never live up to because we think that person or that thing or whatever is a mountain. But the truth is, folks, as I am talking about here, this you give your more to receive your less. That just means that the more that you give to get the thing back in the end, and I don't want to get tangly here or unnecessarily complicated, but the goal isn't even the thing you get in the end. It's just you can't help it. It's the truth of the truth is that if you do what you do and you do what you do because you love to do it, and your life's work is to get better at that as time goes on and go through the process of knowledge, understanding, and wisdom. Knowledge being information, understanding simply being putting that into practice and trying things out and seeing how things work. And then ultimately wisdom is somebody who has had the knowledge, tried it out various ways, and now has the wisdom to be able to put it into place to get the results that they want. Anyway, the last little bit of my pontification here is just to conclude that idea about the mountain. A mountain, no matter what it is, whether it's a goal that you have for yourself or whether it's somebody else doing something that, making music or painting paintings or designing buildings or whatever the heck it is, doesn't matter what it is. We tend to perceive these things as mountains. And the best way to, I guess, overstand is to realize that any mountain is just simply made up of a bunch of pebbles. And these things take time. So you give your more to receive your less. But it's not one big exertion to receive the reward. It's such a day-by-day, pebble at a time kind of thing that by the time you have your mountain, you're good to go. You can enjoy it. You can stand back from it and look at it, or go climb up on top of it and look out across the fields and the valleys and check out the sunset and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I just get off on a tangent I had no intention on getting off on. This is Republic of Avalon Radio. I am Jim Fidler, and this is episode 95. It's kind of a part one of a two-part little look at things festive. It was the year of festivals again. Every summer here in the Republic of Avalon, we're full of fun and frolics and pioneers and alcoholics and music and all kinds of things. Everywhere you go, lots of stuff happening. And the St. John's Folk Festival is part of that. It's an annual thing. It takes place in Bannerman Park here in St. John's every year. I've been a part of it on many occasions. Last few years, not really, but last year and this year again, for the second time in a row, I have been there in the Francophone presentation, and very much an honor and a pleasure for me to have done so. Just want to say a big hello to Julie and Xavier and Robert and all those people. They're a class act that know how to do things right, and it's a very pleasure. Merci beaucoup encore une fois pour m'inviter, et j'espère à la prochaine. It's my honor and my pleasure to do anything I can to help you guys out in whatever you do, any way that I can help. More than happy. It's the French Cultural Network for Newfoundland and Labrador. And it's just the idea of fostering French culture in Newfoundland, the culture that exists here, that perhaps has almost faded away and thankfully is coming back. And perhaps as well some pockets of French culture that weren't even self-aware before, maybe waking them up, these sleeper cells, as we may say. So, so second year in a row I played in that capacity at the St. John's Folk Festival, and it was very nice. It was a big tent, and the whole setup was really, really nice. They had it set up to be, well, it was a combination of various elements. I mean, it was the music, it was art being exhibited there, and the thing was kind of laid out to be kind of like if you could imagine being in a rural kitchen, maybe at some point in the past, with the potbelly stove and all these kinds of things. So the ambience was very, very nice. And of course, as I said, the people, top notch. So what we're going to do now over these 2 episodes is bring you along. First off, in this episode right here, episode 95, we'll take you out into the car and get you down to the park with Lillian and myself, where I will eventually make my way in and get on stage, and we will play you a couple of tracks, few tracks, whatever, from the show that I did there, from the little show that I did. And then in the next episode, we'll have a little chat with a few people in the kind of the aftermath of the festival, when the musicians and volunteers and organizers get a chance to mix and mingle and chat, sing a song, and engage mutually in various forms of libation and such. But before we get things rolling, just let me mention a few things to you. Number one, the contest is still open, and we announced a deadline of September 1st. We said we would be having a draw on September 1st, and as much as we wanted to have a draw, we just didn't get around to it because of various things. We would still like to have a draw, and we will, but we're leaving it open. We've got some submissions. We got some names in the hat already. We've actually heard from a couple of people who said, am I too late? Have I missed the boat? Well, here's your straight answer. No, you haven't. Still time. So go over and have a look at republicofavalonradio.com. And the rules and the whole thing is very simple. All we need from you is some kind of a recorded greeting, just saying who you are, where you're from, and let people know what they're listening to. So, I mean, could be something as simple as, hey ho, this is Lenny Horowitz coming at you from Timbuk 3, and you're listening to Republic of Avalon Radio, something like that. And when we receive your recording, we are going to put your name in a hat, and when we have the draw, we will be awarding the person whose name we draw out of that hat a copy of my most recent CD, Revolution Time, as well as a real authentic 100% cotton, pre-shrunk, pre-washed, black, multicolored red, gold, and green embroidered Jim Fidler Gypsy t-shirt. Ah, yes. So that's all you have to do is just a little shout out, a little greeting, and there, you could win the CD and the t-shirt. So why not? We will close it down sometime soon. I don't know when exactly, because of course some of you don't listen to this show whenever an episode comes out. Sometimes you're weeks behind, and sometimes I guess even months behind. Some of you are years behind listening to certain episodes. That's all fine. But we hope that this one reaches you in time to get in for the contest. A little suggestion for you: you might want to go over, and if you're on Facebook, we have a group on Facebook, a Republic of Avalon Radio group. The best thing to do is have you being a member of that, and then whenever we have updates and things to do with the contest, we can let you know about it. And it's not just the contest, because we have something else coming up as well. We have episode 100. Nothing is confirmed quite yet, but the ball is in motion. Our idea being September 30th at Erin's Pub, start time of 8:30, and we'll have all kinds of music and fun and frolics, and be giving away some CDs and some t-shirts, and just the whole idea that after 100 episodes, or after 99 technically, we just want to get together with some of the people who have made Republic of Avalon Radio whatever it has become over these last 99 episodes. So people that we've had on, people we've interviewed, musicians, and people who've been listening to the show. Just anybody who has been around whatsoever in either way, shape, or form, just all getting together in one room. And we're going to record the episode right there in the room. So as soon as you hear me saying this to you now, do go over and make sure you join the Republic of Avalon Radio group in Facebook. That will give us a little bit of a sense too. When we create the event in Facebook, we can hear back from you guys and know, oh look, we have 84 confirmed or 21 confirmed or whatever. It'll give us a sense of how many people, and we won't overdo it unnecessarily or underdo it. We want to be able to enjoy that night, and we want everybody else to be able to as well. So if we had some sort of a half-sensible concept of how many people are going to be there in advance, that only helps us plan things better for you guys. So, yeah. So the contest and the 30th of September, the 100th episode celebration, all still in full swing. We also have the Republic of Avalon Radio iPhone app, which is good for the iPhone, the iPod Touch, and the iPad. It's in the iTunes store, and that's a good way of keeping in touch and abreast of things as well. Very easy to keep in touch with us in there. All the episodes are right there, all that kind of stuff. That's a very, very handy little thing for you to have in the palm of your hand. So if you haven't checked that out, check it out now. You will dig it. It is very, very diggable. As well, we would really like to thank our good friend in South Carolina, Michael Meekins, for going over and dropping into the tip jar. Very, very much appreciated. And yeah, it's not every day that somebody goes over and, or every day I should say, that we kind of wake up and somebody's been over and thrown something into the tip jar for us. Of course, that's your way of showing us your love. Over at republicofavalonradio.com, there's a Show Us Your Love button over there. And you can throw into the till, because we are listener-supported, commercial-free and listener-supported. So whenever that happens, that's always a wonderful thing. It made our day. So big thanks to Michael Meekins in South Carolina. Well, why don't we just press on with the episode here? Episode 100 coming up. All wonderful stuff. Get your entries in for the contest. And let's just take you on a little bit of an abbreviated trip down to Bannerman Park. None of the time frames would make any sense. Anybody who knows would say, there's no way they got to Bannerman Park that fast. And then we had a bit of trouble finding parking. So ultimately the time it took us to get in seemed a lot shorter too. Actually, it took us quite a good old long spell to actually get ourselves into the park eventually, but we did, and as you will see, the ultimate little recording there of a few tunes, which we hope you enjoy. Not recorded to any great standard. It was inside of a big tent, as I said, and just a small PA, and not a very big crowd, very intimate. So, and it was just Lillian holding on to the R9 in her hand, surrounded by people. So, as we always say here on Republic of Avalon Radio, best listen to on headphones. And if you actually close your eyes and you had the headphones on, you can actually hear the people. The people act as little sort of sound absorbers, and as the people are standing around and moving around, if you got the headphones on and you're listening as I'm playing and singing, you will actually feel people all around you. It's a very wonderful thing. Audio and the theater of the mind and the power of suggestion. All right, on we go. As I said, you are listening to Republic of Avalon Radio. I am Jim Fidler, and here's the rest of the show.
This is Newfoundland's first podcast. You're with the roar.
Hey, folks and folkettes. This is Jim Fidler coming at you. Jimmy Fidler coming at you. You got the camera? Get some snaps. We are just heading out now on our way to the Folk Festival, where a huge crowd of tens of thousands of people are waiting with bated breath for me to take the stage, I'm sure. I can hear them now. I can just hear it now. Yeah. Well, perhaps not, but hopefully there will be at least one person there. and they will enjoy at least one line of one song. That'll be all right. It's quite interesting. Actually, last night we were going back. You guys should do this, really. We were going back last night, and we just kind of like put the Roar, all the episodes, on shuffle. And we were just, after we got back from the pub last night, we were just sitting around and listening to some of the past episodes. And boy, there's some really interesting stuff there. I hadn't listened since the time I did it. I hadn't listened to the episode that I did with Eric Bogle and John Monroe. It's called "And the Man Played Waltzing Matilda."
That interview, seriously, is one of the best interviews I've ever heard, with like 3 musicians sitting around. It wasn't even like an interview, actually. It was just a...
It was more like a chat, like a discussion.
It was really, seriously, if you guys should really go back and
give it a listen. Yeah, I mean, you would know Eric Bogle. You would know a lot of his songs. Even if you're not a quote-unquote folk music fan, you would recognize several of his songs. He's written some songs that have gone all over the world. And
the band played Waltzing Matilda.
The band played Waltzing Matilda.
That is a classic.
That's probably the big one. Several others. But anyway, the thing was, the interview, it wasn't one of these just flat interviews where, you know, you've got some kind of journalist just kind of being all sort of puffed up and asking the same old kind of questions. We talked about the whole purpose, you know, the whole idea of writing songs. Where do they come from? You know, where does it come from? Where we like to see it go, and why we do what we do when maybe there's not a whole lot of you know, money and fame and fortune so much. But what drives us to do that, and there's some really good commentary there from Eric and from John as well. And I get my 2 cents in every now and again, respectfully, you know. And no, it's just a very good interview. You want to hear a real down to brass tacks, heartfelt, sincere, straightforward, and pretty you know, cutting to the bone in the sense. I don't mean, you know, anything negative. I just mean not just out waffling around somewhere. The things we're talking about are very, very... We really get into the... We go below the surface in terms of talking about music and songs and people and life and all these things.
Very real dialogue.
So there is some very real dialogue. And yeah, I'm asking some questions, but I'm more, I think, just sort of really kind of steering us toward topics for discussion more so than just asking a series question answer. It's very nice. Yes. And we also did some recording, so you can hear Eric live, say for example, singing that song. The band played Waltzing Matilda live here in St. John's. You know, that version is him. If you've heard the song before, you've always heard, chances are you've heard somebody else doing it, you know, at a festival or a pub or whatever. But in this case, you actually get to hear the guy who wrote the song singing it himself, and John Monroe, very good musician, accompanying him. And it's raining. Yeah.
Good for you, though.
Good. Well, yeah, we're going to be in the tent. Yes. Everyone will rush to the tent.
Yeah. That's right.
So she said to go by the Colonial Building? Okay. She knows where to go, folks. Yeah, we'll just go straight.
I was just going to say that show, I would say, is probably one of the top 10s. The Roar top, that would end up in the Roar top 10 of all time.
Perhaps. You know, it's funny because I've never gone back and listened to it. Well, we don't go back and listen to the shows.
No, that was very rare.
But I had a kind of a mental block about that one because, to be honest with you, I'm not a journalist. You know, I'm a urinalist. You know, and it was quite the task. Even just the you'll hear if you listen to it, the mic technique. I was using the iRiver at the time, and I had a Sony stereo microphone, I was sitting between. John was well over to my left, and Eric was well over to my right. So I'm not only sort of conducting the interview and steering the topics and all that, but I'm also directing the mic toward people as they speak and away from them when they stop speaking, toward myself when I'm talking, and back over the other side. One of them will say something, and then the other one will say something, and I'll get the mic over from the right over to the left, and from the left back over to the right. So there's some pretty heavy-duty mic technique going on there as well. And it's, I just... It was like a daunting task. Like I say, I'm not a journalist, and I think maybe that was to the advantage, really, for you, the listener, in the sense that it wasn't the same old kind of questions. And how long have you been playing music? When you write a song, do you come up with the words first and put the music in later, or do you come up with the music and put the words in after? And all the same old questions that we get we performers, singer-songwriters, recording artists, whatever, tend to get asked. There was none of that. It was a real break. And going back and listening to it, I actually feel a certain pride, I think, in the true sense, in the wholesome sense, in, I guess, my work as an interviewer and as simultaneously as an audio technician and all that stuff. So the big mental block I had about going back and listening to that episode has been removed. I don't feel, I was thinking to myself, oh geez, surely I didn't really do that great a job on that and whatever, but having gone back and listened to it, no shame.
No, you should be proud of that one.
Yay. So speaking of singers and songwriters and all that, I'm just on my way, as I said, to the festival. We're going to pull in. We'll keep recording here. We'll take you into the park, backstage, coming in through the back as a performer, and let you hear what it's like to sign in, because you have to, obviously people buy tickets to this and everything, so people just can't walk in. So we've got to go in around the back and pull in and go to a special place and kind of sign in and get our little, ident. Our little goodie bag and an ident card and all that kind of stuff that we can flash at people as we're walking around to indicate to them that we actually belong there. And then we'll head over to the tent where I'm playing. I'm not playing on the main stage this year. I've played the main stage many times over the years, but kind of backed off of the folk festival for various reasons. And just last year, the Francophone Association of Newfoundland and Labrador asked me to come and perform at their special tent where they have music and art exhibition and all kinds of things. And I was very honored to have been asked, and they're great people, a class act, and it's my honor and privilege to work with them and to come and perform at their venue. And I've been asked back again this year, so again, with the same sort of sense of honor and privilege, I am back yet again. So my toe is still in the water at the folk festival, that's the thing. I'm just not on the main stage. I'm down around the corner, out in the street. Jimmy and the poor boys are playing. Bring a nickel, stamp your feet,
I'm going to find a parking spot.
Oh, you have to find a parking spot.
I know.
It's obligatoire.
It's looking pretty busy.
Yeah, but we are a performer.
I see one there.
Oh, I am a performer. I'm the band, eh?
You are the band, eh? I'm the manager and roadie and driver.
Yeah, right, eh? Sure.
And,
like she's the manager, eh? She was paid to say that.
He's performing.
Oh, we're getting harangued already?
He's not. No.
What?
No, I can't park there.
Well, where are we supposed to park?
I have no idea. Even for performers, and they have all kinds of room there. Excuse me? Oh no, I'm talking to him. He's performing. We need a place to park.
You have to find a place there. There's no parking here.
Okay.
All right.
Nice.
Just thought I'd try that.
Yeah. Nice.
And there's lots of room in there.
Lots of room there.
Of room in
yeah.
It's a big parking lot.
So what's the idea?
I have no idea.
So we're
Who are they waiting for? I wonder.
So we're supposed to carry guitars and CDs and whatever. What's the idea of like if we had gear and stuff to get to the stage, we had to go in and get right on stage? How are we supposed to do that?
I know. Well, if we're late, it's, what are we supposed to do?
I don't know.
Seriously, I mean, there's no.
So where are we going to have to park here?
I don't know. I'll have to swing around and go around the block and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
There was a spot there, and this guy just got in there before me. Okay, maybe I can squeeze in here still.
Okay, squeeze in.
Okay.
Please, squeeze, please. Okay, folks. And what time? Oh yeah, it's only a wee car. We've got a wee car, folks. We have an accent. Can't you tell? Can't you hear it? We have an accent. No, everybody else has an accent. That's a funky idea, but it's true. Everybody else has an accent. No matter where you're from, everybody has an accent.
That was a stellar parallel parking feat.
Yeah? Now do we have to pay do I have to pay to play? Do we have to feed a meter or anything? No. No? Good. Pay to play is no fun. Oh, is it sticky or what? We have a bit of humidity. And a bit of extra humility now at this point too. Okay, so you're going to take the guitar.
Oh.
Carry it with the neck behind you, and it's very light. It's very gravity, I hear someone singing. Is there anything else you need?
No, that's it.
Do you have any CDs?
I've got them in my bag.
Okay, good.
A lot, but
because CDs are available in here, but somebody might just come over and want one directly, personally, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always a good idea. So we are finally now getting ready to enter into the park. So we're going to have to walk in the front gate, is that right?
No, we're going to go in through where
we're supposed to?
We wanted to park.
Okay. So who is allowed to park here?
I have no idea. Maybe it's the staff or the...
Well, what do you call staff? I'm a performer.
That's right. You're a big time staff, actually.
Yeah. Oh boy.
The silliness of it all.
Yeah. Okay.
This is a playground over here. We're right.
Yeah? It's all a playground if you ask me.
Yep.
So what kind of time are we working on here?
I don't know, actually.
Let's have a look.
It's 5 minutes to 3.
Oh dear, I'm officially late. Is that Colleen I hear? I think she's on before me. No, that wouldn't be her singing that. Oh, I do hear Colleen.
Oh yes, she's in the temple.
All right. Okay. All right, folks.
We need to get straight through.
What's going on?
I just saw the girl.
Okay, what about the register thing? Registration?
We're going through now, actually.
Okay, we're going through now, folks. I have to register. What's that? Women whistling. There's something wrong about that. My grandmother used to say, Nan used to say, a whistling woman or a crowing hen are of no use to God nor man. So
I don't believe that.
Well, I don't know.
I was wrong too.
It's a funny thing, isn't it?
It's a funny thing.
Yes.
Okay, we're here at the registration.
We're here at the registration. What are we, in a queue or something?
Yeah, just a wee queue.
There are other people registering?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Other artistes?
Other artists, yes.
All right. It is sticky, folks. We have... I guess we just had a sprinkle of rain, too.
Yeah.
It's kind of extra humidity.
Uh-huh.
More humidity than we're accustomed to here in the Republic of Avalon. All right, so we're just about, I think, sorted out and just about to head in to jump right on stage and play, I think. They're getting us all fixed up. I did, yeah. I just put it in my pocket. Okay. Right now, I'll just take it out. Here, you can flash it out. Oh, you have a free hand, do you? Okay. Thank you. Republic of Avalon Radio on your iPhone, iPad, or iPod Touch.
Really?
Available now in the iTunes App Store.
Right on.
Get it today.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Hope Pavenmeyer from the Audio Mirror Podcast, and you're listening to Republic of Avalon Radio. You're with the Roar.
Alors, bonjour tout le monde. Je vous présente maintenant Jim Fidler, qui va nous faire un petit set cet après-midi. Puis, Jim, ça fait combien de temps que tu fais de la musique?
Combien de temps?
Oui.
La vie.
La vie toute la vie. Et voilà, il est bien avec la musique. Donc, aujourd'hui, tu vas nous interpréter quoi?
Je ne sais pas.
Ça va être de l'improvisation musicale.
On verra ça.
Ok, parfait. Bon, on laisse aller l'imagination et je vous laisse avec Jim Fidler. Merci.
Merci. Salut le père. Nous avons des amis ici de Saint-Pierre. Oui. Ah, excellent. Ok, je vais jouer des morceaux aujourd'hui de mes albums et des autres, mais la majorité en anglais. Excusez. Je vais commencer avec un morceau de mon album Gypsy, et I hope you enjoy it. Send this one out to our good friends Arnold and Nancy Bennett. Every river has to flow down from the mountains to the ocean. Every new day has its dawning by the rising of the moon. Ooh. Every empire has to crumble into social revolution. Every true heart in the world hopes that the day is coming soon. Have the words of our forefathers lost all their meaning? Or have we grown too wise to realize what they mean? Or they laughed at the old people's dire predictions? Yeah, now with shame we proclaim them to be prophecy. Rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, 'tis the rising of the moon. Rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, 'tis the rising of the moon. Out from beneath the mud wall, cabin eyes were watching through the night. Many's a manly heart was throbbing full of blessed warning light. Murmurs passed along the valleys, get you ready quick and soon. We all must stand together by the rising of the moon. Hear the voice voices of the people as we cry out for freedom. Everyone in the whole world just wants to be free. Whoa, whoa, whoa. But it's one thing to talk and another to listen. Yeah, if we all close our eyes, then we never will see how they fought for this island and thought that it was their fate. Oh, I pray to Jah in heaven and I hope that it's not too late. For the days are passing swiftly, the time is coming soon. We all must stand together by the rising of the moon. Rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up. Rise up, 'tis the rising of the moon. Rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up. Rise up, 'tis the rising. We don't need no more trouble. We don't need no more war. We don't need no more fussing and a fighting. What we need is love, sweet love, to guide and protect us along. If you're up there looking down from above, got to help the weak if you are the strong. And we don't need no more trouble. We don't need no more war. We don't need no more killing one another. What we need is love, sweet love, to guide and protect us along. If you're up there looking down from above, got to help the weak if you are the strong. And rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up. Rise up, 'tis the rising of the moon. Rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up. Rise up, 'tis the rising of the moon. Merci beaucoup. Ah, le vin de Dieu. Ok. Quelque chose un peu différent. C'est un morceau que j'ai écrit, je ne sais pas, il y a 5 ans, 7 ans, je ne suis pas sûr. C'est pas enregistré. Alors pour beaucoup c'est totalement un nouveau morceau. It's about l'idée de rester chez vous. Peut-être c'est pas nécessaire de voyager, habiter à quelque place comme Toronto pour travailler ou avoir une vie et tout ça. So it's just about staying in your hometown, you know? That's the whole idea, you know? We here in Newfoundland, nous avons beaucoup de choses, beaucoup de culture, musique, beaucoup de gens très sympas et tout ça. Et c'est pas bon quand tout le monde, when everybody goes away and just comes in the summer for a vacation. It would be very, very good if more people could stay and live their life here. So that's what this song is about. It's called, what's it called? It's called Livin. Yeah, Livin. That's it. Just about living in your hometown.
trying nothing till I get it right. Cause I'm walking on sunshine, not tripping on the ozone, talking on the grapevine, not hanging on the telephone. I'm living on my own time, not living in a time zone. Cause I'm living in my hometown. Cause I'm living in my hometown. Yeah. I'm almost done. I'm seldom surreptitious. I say what's on my mind. So don't get repetitious, waste my precious time. I've always liked the radio. It helps me pass the time. I don't like television. It's no good for my mind. Cause I'm walking on sunshine, not tripping on the ozone, talking on the grapevine, not hanging on the telephone. I'm living on my own time, not living in a time zone. Cause I'm living in my hometown. Cause I'm living in my hometown. If you can't appreciate where I'm coming from, I just have to say that you're not the fortunate one. Cause I'm walking on sunshine, not tripping on the ozone, talking on the grapevine, not hanging on the telephone. I'm living on my own time, not living in a time zone. Cause I'm living in my hometown. Cause I'm walking on sunshine, not tripping on the ozone. I'm talking on the grapevine, not hanging on the telephone. I'm living on my own time, not living in a time zone. Cause I'm living in my hometown. Cause I'm living in my hometown. Cause I'm living in my hometown. I'm living in my hometown. I'm always chasing rainbows. Merci. C'est très humide. Ok, voici notre morceau de mon album Gypsy, le premier solo album pour moi. C'est un morceau que j'ai écrit. It's about St. John's, the music in St. John's, the pubs, playing in the pubs in St. John's, et aussi pour le baudrin, the drum, the chef. It's a little dedication to the boron. A song called Rhythm of the Goat. where I chanced to dwell. One night when I was playing in a pub you all know well. Met a girl from Carbonear who said she liked to dance, and if I knew just what to do, then maybe I'd have a chance. Well, I asked if she was partial to the jigs or to the reels, but was her particular fancy for kicking up her heels. She said she was fond of the melody and the singing of the note, while her particular fancy was the rhythm of the goat. With me ratty-tatty-lee-a-diddly and me ratty-tatty-lee-a-da, me ratty-tatty-lee-a-diddly and me ratty-tatty-lee-a-da. So I asked her for a particular tune that she might like to hear. I'd play it on me mandolin, me banjo or me guitar. I'd play it on me whistler, on me fiddle, note for note. But still she said she wanted to hear the rhythm of the goat. With me ratty-tatty-lee-a-diddly and me ratty-tatty-lee-a-da, me ratty-tatty-lee-a-diddly and me ratty-tatty-lee-a-da. Then I thought I knew just what to do, so then I turned to she. When me diddle-dum this one, diddle-dum that one, diddle-dum diddle-dum me. When they whack a tura and the story of Loki's boat, but still she said she wanted to hear the rhythm of the goat. When me ratty-tatty-lee-a-diddly and me ratty-tatty-lee-a-da, me ratty-tatty-lee-a-diddly and me ratty-tatty-lee-a-da. Well, I then took out my bow round, and I began to play a song I knew when I was young out in Conception Bay. But her feet, they hardly touched the floor. I knew I had her vote, 'cause I was finally playing the rhythm of the goat. With me ratty-tatty-lee-a-diddly and me ratty-tatty-lee-a-da, me ratty-tatty-lee-a-diddly and me ratty-ta. With me ratty-tatty-lee-a-diddly and me ratty-tatty-lee-a-da, me ratty-tatty-lee-a-diddly and me ratty-ta. With me ratty-tatty-lee-a-diddly and me ratty-tatty-lee-a-da, me ratty-tatty-lee-a-diddly and me ratty-ta. With me ratty-tatty-lee-a-diddly and me ratty-tatty-lee-a-da, me ratty-tatty-lee-a-diddly and me ratty-tatty-lee-a-da. Well, one fine day in the month of June, she's a downtown girl, she's a get-around girl. I figured that I'd write me a silly little tune, she's a downtown girl for sure. She likes waking up with her hair messed up, she's a downtown girl, she's a get-around girl. She likes waking up with her hair messed up, she's a downtown girl for sure. Well, we went to the regatta for the scene of goings on, she's a downtown girl, she's a get-around girl. I looked the other way, when I looked back she was gone, she's a downtown girl for sure. She likes waking up with her hair messed up, she's a downtown girl, she's a get-around girl. She likes waking up with her hair messed up, she's a downtown girl for sure. So I took her to the tavern for to have a pint of beer, she's a downtown girl, she's a get-around girl. She was dancing and flirting with everybody there, she's a downtown girl for sure. She likes waking up with her hair messed up, she's a downtown girl, she's a get-around girl. She likes waking up with her hair messed up, she's a downtown girl for sure. Then I went to her house to meet her mother and her father, she's a downtown girl, she's a get-around girl. I got to the door, they confused me with another and another and another and another. She's a downtown girl for sure. She likes waking up with her hair messed up, she's a downtown girl, she's a get-around girl. She likes waking up with her hair messed up, she's a downtown girl for sure. So if you ever go out for to have a pint of beer, she's a downtown girl, she's a get-around girl. And you see her come forward, then you better steer clear, she's a downtown girl for sure. She likes waking up with her hair messed up, she's a downtown girl, she's a get-around girl. She likes waking up with her hair messed up, she's a downtown girl for sure. Yeah, she likes waking up with her hair messed up, she's a downtown girl, she's a get-around girl. She likes waking up with her hair messed up, she's a downtown girl for sure.
Root Cellar production.